And welcome back. Do you know someone, or are you someone, who may suffer from mental illness? About 1 in 5 Americans do, according to the National Alliance on Mental Illness. Joining us from the Orange County chapter, I want to welcome Arna Vodanos to the program.
Thank you so much for having us here.
So tell me a little bit about what the National Alliance is all about. It started back in 1979.
Yes, in the National Alliance of Mental Illness, there are many, many chapters. I believe we have 600 chapters around the country. And we have one right here in Orange County, and we offer so many free and confidential programs. One thing I want to say, it's not only for people who have mental health issues, but it's really for everyone.
Right, like a support system for folks who are dealing with family members or friends and loved ones and those kinds of things as well, right?
Absolutely. But again, all of us get lonely. And I'm very excited to talk to you about our warm line, because the way we want people to understand it is the Nami Orange County Warm Line is for everyone, and especially for older adults.
Okay. Yeah, so you don't have to have some sort of clinical diagnosis to be considered maybe you're having a mental health challenge, right? And it can be a very temporal thing. It's very transitory. It's like I'm in a deep depression. Maybe you lost a loved one. You maybe even lost a pet or something like that. Whatever that might have triggered you into maybe getting into some kind of maybe a spiral, right?
Well, I think it's really important. What you're bringing up here is grief and loss. And all of us, especially as we get older, we experience that. And grief is a process. So that is a time to get the support. And the Nami Orange County Warm Line, we have peer mentors, people with lived experience. People are on there who are trained, all ages, all walks of life.
Right, we just have the phone number up on the screen for the warm line. What is the difference between a hotline, which we're used to hearing about, and a warm line?
Well, when you think about a warm line, we focus on compassionate listening. We have open-ended questions. We're not giving advice. We're there to be heard. And how many of us in our life have a place where you can just be deeply heard? And that's what the Nami Warm Line is.
Okay.
So for 20 minutes every day, you can call the number on the screen. You can speak to different trained peer mentor specialists, and they will be there just to listen. They will be there to help you come to your own answers as well.
Now, can that be enough for a lot of folks to help them pull them out of the kind of place they're in, being heard? And maybe is there a sense of relief from that, or like, okay, I got that off I feel so much better now, you know?
There really is an effect of feeling lighter. You know, this human connection, actually there's even studies in the brain that shows just to be able to talk, have someone validate you, there is something that actually happens in the brain, a process. So we are not therapists, although I'm a clinician and overseeing the program, and we have many clinician supervisors, but the people you'll speak to are people with lived experience.
Right, and it's just that peer-to-peer kind of a feeling in terms of a friend-to-friend connection.
Yes.
And that kind of leads me to the next one. You guys have a program called Silver Companions. What's that about? It's different than the warm line. This is a face-to-face kind of interaction, right?
Well, yes, and what Silver Companions is, it's what we call a one-to-one mentoring program for older adults, 50 and older in Orange County. And what the program does, it's going to link trained mentors to individuals to provide that dedicated support, encouragement, empathy, practical tools, and guidance for mental health, wellness, and community resources. I do want to mention another part of what we do on the Warm Line. We offer resources as well.
Okay, right. So if someone's on there and they recognize that this person might need some extra support, some extra things like that. It might be something like the program we just talked about, Silver Linings or Silver Companions,
Yes,
rather,
Silver
and,
Companions.
and or something else like that, or maybe get them to someone, a clinical referral to a specialist that maybe they need a little more help. And that whole warm line is an idea. Let's not get it to the point where it's a hotline where we're in emergency. Let's intervene early on.
Well, I would like to talk about that. Would it be okay if I did offer the Silver Companion phone number?
Sure, go right ahead.
Okay, it's 657-643-7416. Now, going back to the warm line,
Sure.
I'd like to really differentiate a hotline and a warm line. First of all, the Nami Orange County Warm Line can act as prevention for suicidal ideation, because the more buffers we have in our life, the more connection. That does decrease that. And if a call comes in that is more of a hotline call, we do a transfer to 988. 988 is a national hotline since 2020. That is the number to call. So if any of your viewers are having suicidal thoughts, a plan, a time schedule, they should call 988. If they would call our warm line and that was identified, we would transfer them to 988.
Is the warm line also a place for someone who's maybe dealing with someone who's having some challenges, mental health challenges, to call up and maybe, hey, I'm dealing with my brother, my sister, my loved one, my son, and get some guidance and advice?
Absolutely. For a matter of fact, we specialize at Nami in educational programs. The perfect program would be a program called Family to Family. I actually am a family to family teacher. I have a loved one with severe mental illness, and as a teacher, it's an 8-week program. We offer it via Zoom and also in person in the Orange County area. So the Family to Family program would be perfect. We also have a peer-to-peer program. We have in our own voices, we have family support groups. So Nami Orange County offers a number of programs. And what's great about that is you can call the number, and we will also, I'd like to, if it's okay, I'm going to offer our office number is 714-544-8488. And again, that's 714-544-8488. You call that number. You can sign up online, call our office, find out about the Family to Family program. It is a program that's bio, psychological, and social, and you get educated and you're with other family members who are also going through it, so you never feel alone. That is our motto. We're here for you 24/7, confidential. You are not alone.
And how important is it for people to understand? Because mental illness it can be a very isolating thing, and there still can be a stigma around that. Even for family members, we don't talk about that. How important is it for people to understand there's a community that they can be a part of and get support from?
I'm so happy you brought that up. And Nami offers that community. When people come into us, they have felt they have been in crisis, they don't know what to do because of the stigma. Everything is kept quiet. We often talk in the course, we call, they don't bring casseroles around for someone, sorry, your loved one has a mental illness, but if there's cancer or other, you don't talk about it. But at Nami, we talk about it. We're there for you. You become part of our community. Right,
and that can just be a freeing moment in that, like, oh my gosh, it's okay to talk about this.
Yes.
Because people internalize so much of what's going on. They feel maybe if they're suffering from this, I feel like a freak. I'm the only one who's feeling this way. But when you know that there's a community out there, there's, like you said, peer to peer, and people who have life experience, that can be like this enlightening moment for them.
It is an enlightening moment. The greatest moment in my classes is when they say, I finally know I'm not alone. And I want to reach out to all your older adults. I'm an older adult as well. I want to reach out to let you know you're not alone. Call the Nami Orange County Warm Line today so you will be heard, you will be validated, you will be supported.
Fantastic. National Alliance on Mental Illness, Arna Vodenos, thank you so much for joining us today.
And thank you for having me.
You're watching This Day. We'll be right back.